Hi everybody, welcome to Khong Driving, and today we are going to take a quick look at this vehicle. It's the Lexus RX300 F Sport. Now, in terms of size, this is what you might call a large-sized SUV because it's almost 4.9 meters long. It's about 1.9 meters wide, slightly short of that. And most important is the wheelbase of this vehicle is 2790. So this puts it into the D segment size of vehicles for SUVs and also for car, if that was a car this size, yeah. So anyway, this is a Lexus, and of course, when you buy a Lexus, it's not just buying the car, you're buying the experience. From the time you walk into the showroom, you sign your order, and they deliver your car, and then when you come back and service the car, they treat you like a real VIP. So they have the showroom in Mutiara, plus there are a few other showrooms in the country where you can actually pick up this RX300 F Sport. And well, how much does it cost? At this moment, with the SST, what you call offer, you get 424,000 ringgit. And you can get it until the 31st of December. Okay, so there are a few units left over, and if you want to pick up one at a slightly cheaper price, this is the time to look. Okay, so looking at the Lexus RX300 F Sport from the front, you see the characteristic spindle grille, and what you see on the headlights are actually projector LEDs, and these are adaptive headlights. So it does automatic dimming. Also, it shuts off some of the LEDs so that it doesn't dazzle the people in front. So the front looks kind of aggressive, yet at the same time is elegant. There's tasteful use of chrome and aluminum, and so it looks kind of classy. The waistline is high because nowadays the vehicles, they talk about proportion, and about 2/3 of the vehicle is body and 1/3 is glass. So in terms of proportion, it's about right. Now, what's important about this vehicle is that the wheelbase is long. So this is actually a large vehicle, even though the looks might fool you a bit, it's actually quite large. So the distance between the center to center of the front and rear wheels is 2790. So it's actually quite a long vehicle, and this puts it into the D segment. And at the front you get big ventilated disc, and this looks like a looks like a 2-pot floating caliper, and these are 20-inch Bridgestone Dweller, so they are SUV tires. So you can change to what you call sportier tires, but you got to make sure that the load bearing is good enough for a 2-ton vehicle, yeah, because this vehicle is 2 tons. And the front suspension is McPherson struts. But at the back, you get double wishbone arrangement, and this is very similar to what Toyota called the TNGA platform. So in fact, Lexus had this on their vehicles before Toyota had it, but they never made any noise about it, and that's why the Lexus ride was always so good. At the back, you also get this is a single pot floating caliper, a bit smaller, and the discs are a little bit smaller, but they are also ventilated discs. So guys, this sort of suspension setup promises you a very good ride, yet at the same time it gives you good handling. Now, as an additional bonus for those who buy this vehicle, which is the F Sport, which is the top of the range for this model, they give you adaptive suspension. So the suspension settings change according to the terrain. And at the back, you have a built-in spoiler into the roof and it also helps to work as a sunshade in the hot afternoon, so you don't get the sun on your back. And at the back you also get LED lights, and of course a little diffuser at the bottom, and the exhaust pipes come through the two little holes at the end of the bottom of the bumper, and you can see the chrome surrounds for the exhaust, so everything looks nice and neat. And the lights are LED, and of course this is the model plate, the RX300. So here's a view of the vehicle from the back, and it looks pretty good. Okay, next we're going to have a look at the engine, and we're going to pop the bonnet. Good. So you can see, as with more expensive vehicles, they have this air strut here to hold the bonnet up. And one thing I noticed when I opened this bonnet, it is very, very light. So yes, this is aluminum. So what they have done is they have put all the strength into the places where it's needed, which is in the chassis. And okay, here's looking at the engine. This is a transversely mounted 2-liter engine, and of course it says turbocharger, and the turbocharger is in the front here under this cover that says do not touch. See the hand sign there? Well, that's the little turbocharger there, and you can see down there the engine block is aluminum. So for all practical intents and purposes, you can say this is an aluminum engine, and you can see it is a DOHC, double overhead cam, and it's very neatly packed. But what surprises me is the engine cover is very small. Normally they hide everything. Well, this one gives you a chance to look at the engine parts, so that's good. And over here you have the air cleaner and the intake. Oh yes, wow, this vehicle can really go off-road, man. This is the air intake, and see where it is in relation to the rest of the car. Wow, the air intake is about 6 inches above the tire, yeah? So technically you can go through maybe a couple of feet of flash flood, and that will keep your engine safe, yeah. But of course you must always be careful, yeah. So here the intake is quite high. That's the air cleaner here, and it goes into the engine. Anyway, this engine gives you 235 horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque. And here again they have now started doing all this smart stuff, like put the ECU on this side of the air cleaner so that the heat from the engine does not get to the ECU so easily. And you can see here the front struts are mounted close to the A pillar, and yeah, there is a cross member that ties up the top of it across the top of the strut mounting. So this suspension and this body seems to be very, very rigid. Okay, that's about it for the front. Oh yes, I forgot to mention, the gearbox is a 6-speed automatic. Now I'm going to lock the car, and we're going to go to the back. So this is the view along the sides. You can see the cladding here that says it's a SUV or crossover. This little plastic cladding around the sides, and you have a kickstart, a kick open boot. Yes, I put my foot there, and the boot opens. Yes, it's electrical. It will open and close, and that's the closing button up there. So this is the rear end of the Lexus RX300. So you can put 2 or more large suitcases, and there's a space saver tire at the back underneath the cover. And of course, what does this one say? Yeah, you have this button. Wow, electric wall. See, the middle row, or rather the second row, is folding down and is done by electric. And let's check the other side. This is the left and this is the right. Okay, we're going to press the button for the left. Ah, so it's going down. Very neat. Oh, this is one of the first ones I see that have got the electrical lowering of the center seat. And this is the tonneau cover, and it can be removed here. You just have to pull aside and it just move. And let's try to move it back up. Up. Yep, there's a sign, there's a warning that says it's moving up. And it comes back up. Great. And the other side, up. Or you gotta press and hold so that there'll be no accidental. And it actually splits 40, 20, 40. The center one here, there's a little handle for you to do it manually. And at the back you get, oh, this is, oh my gosh, a Lexus with a tapao hook. Fantastic. And that's the power socket. Interesting. So what Uncle Chips has said to all the people seems to be working. They're all putting tapao hooks into the vehicles, including the Lexus. Interesting. Okay, so we close the boot. There you are. Okay, let's get into the car and see how there's some interesting things. Okay, I'm gonna lock it and see whether we can get in. Okay, it's locked and I have the key with me. So let's come here and just open. Oh yes, it unlocks by itself. Fantastic. Okay, so first off, looking at the interior, that is a 10-way adjustable seat. Okay, so this is the Lexus standard, and you can see here it's leather, and here are the holes in the leather seats. Why? The holes are for the heater and ventilator, so it comes with a fan. And on the driver's side, you have 1, 2, 3 sets of adjustable seats, driving positions for you, and of course the normal power window buttons and all. And over this side you have, oh, that's the center diff control and camera view. This is the rear boot and headlights. Trip meter is here, and of course you get a steering wheel that's nice and small, and also leather bound in the same motif as the rest of the car. And you have your center console over there. Everything is nice and luxurious. And of course this is the inside. Okay, there is no sunroof. So down there you get brushed aluminum pedals, and these are the little buttons, rubber buttons to give you grip, yeah, so your feet don't slip. Let's get into the car and see how it greets us. Okay, depress brake and then start engine. So here we go. And this is the starting screen. Looks pretty nice and neat. Lexus, welcome to Lexus. And here is the meter. I'm going to slide my seat back a bit. Okay, yes, this vehicle can seat somebody who's 6 foot plus, because the reach of the seat actually goes back very far. And over there you have the meter console, and this is the ref counter, fuel gauge, and speedometer is in the center, and this is the driving display. Now this is in, I think this is in Sport S mode, Sport Plus mode, and eco mode. So there are 3 driving modes, and eco mode, everything looks tamer, like normal. In sports mode, you get a white meter, and Sport Plus, same meter, but it has the Sport Plus here. And also it tells you this in the screen. And looking at the dashboard, it looks like leather bound with stitching. And then there's this insert here, chrome or brush aluminum insert, and this same motif is carried throughout the vehicle, and so it looks really nice. And again, here you see they have got personalized space. This kind of outlines the driver's space, yeah, but of course it's shared. Over here you have a little mouse pad. I don't really like the mouse pad, but well, it's there. Not very good for using when you're driving, but when you're stationary, yes, it's pretty good. A little bit sensitive to my feel, but well, it's better than nothing. And over here you have your driving modes, and also this is traction control off. And of course this is my favorite button, the auto start stop button, to be off. Yeah, so okay, so if you need to turn off traction control, this is the button. So over here you have I understand this is this is the radio, and the screen stuff is up there. All the controls are there, and down there you have USB ports. This is a wireless charger, and down there you also have okay, I'm moving the gear lever. So these are the, my foot is on the brake, yeah, the seat warmer and ventilator. The red button says it's the heater, so of course heater is off, and you can turn on there are 3 speeds for the seat ventilator. So on a hot day it's very good because the seats will have air blowing through. So those who have skin issues, well, this is a good car. And of course you have auto hold. Aircon control is 2-zone in the front. We'll see later at the back what it is. But this is it, guys, the inside of the Lexus RX. Okay, I'm going to put the seat back into my normal position, and we'll go to the... Okay. Oh yes, I forgot to mention there are pedal shifters up here, and the adjustment for the steering is electrical. So you can move the steering up or down, and up or in and out, yeah. So you get reach and also rake adjustment by electrical control. Okay, let's move to the back, and you can see here, yeah, there's a louver for aircon, and okay, the door is locked. I have to unlock it, sorry. Okay, here we go. And yes, it is what you call the 2-zone control at the back here. This is just the ventilation holes. So it's not a 4-zone, just 2-zone. And at the back there you get another 2 USB charging ports. And at the back there's plenty of room. Okay, here you see also here, this is a mechanical blind for the back passenger. So this is it, that shows the blind is here, and you can just put it down. A simple pull up and hook onto the window. And of course, they're very generous. There are 4, oh my god, handles. So actually the one for the driver is quite redundant. Now let's look at the front of the car. Yeah, that's the driver's cockpit, and it's really nice, yeah. And you can see down there the aluminum pedals. Everything about this car is about making it nice and classy. Yeah. So on top of that, the Lexus RX300 F Sport also comes with the Lexus safety system. You get your adaptive cruise control, you have your adaptive headlight system, and it also has the forward collision warning. You know, you will come close to another car, it goes tit, 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 and if you don't brake, it will brake for you. Yeah. It also has lane tracing, which is different from lane keep. It keeps you in the middle of the lane. And also, of course, there's warning. So the steering guidance is a bit gentle. But anyway, I turn them all off because I don't use those systems. But it's good for people who need to be reminded, you know, to change lanes and to signal when they change lanes and stuff like that. And also to, if your judgment is not very good, it will help you stay within the lane. So that's it, guys. This is the walk around for the Lexus RX300. We'll just take another look at the car from the outside. I think it's a great vehicle and it's good for you if you need a SUV. Well, the whole world is turning to SUVs, and of course, if you can afford it, why not? This is one of the best and most luxurious vehicles you can have. And how much does it cost again? Just $424,000 from now until the end of the year. All right, guys, thanks very much for being with us, and we hope that you enjoy our videos. If you do, please don't forget to share and to subscribe. All right, then.